I hate working with people. You know how group assignments go. One person does all of the work. Some people show up some of the times. And some people have the audacity to show up the day before and ask what we did. Can you guess who I was? I used to be the one doing all of the work. And being someone who doesn't really like confrontation, I just never spoke up. So the final thesis for my master's program was, yep, you guessed it, a group assignment. So let me get this straight. Final year, toughest year. Final exams, toughest exams. Final project, toughest project. This was not going to go smoothly. So the way group assignments normally worked for universities back in the UK is in your second to last year, you sign up for a proposed project, normally with all of your friends. Now, the problem was I took a gap year between my second last and last year. So when I was coming back, all of my friends were graduating. So I looked at the list. I signed up for a project that I liked. It had the word race cars in it. And I just crossed my fingers and hoped for the best. So fast forward to the start of term and our first group meeting. And I'm meeting these guys for the first time. And the group consists of the university football player. His focus was girls. The university rugby player, his focus was training. The university orchestra member, his focus was piano. We even had the finance society president, who was an engineer. Well, his focus was organizing large mixers on campus for people not interested in engineering. We even had the class clown. I guess we all know them. And then lastly, we had me. My passion was simple. It was aerodynamics. Immediately, I could tell we didn't really get on, and we weren't going to get on. In short, our goals were very, very different. After all, not everyone goes to university just to get good grades, right? It is an experience after all. You're young, there's more to life than just academic work. So term carries on, coursework's ramped up, and I would organize group meetings and less of them showed up. They just didn't care. I mean, think about it. It's your final year of university. Would you rather be spending it inside under a cold, dingy little garage, under a wind tunnel where you can hear the pitter-patter of rain on the metal roof? Or be outside with your friends? You don't really have any responsibilities. Besides, I told myself it's just one project, dude. Just nail all of your other courseworks and you can balance this out. Wrong. I had applied for a PhD program. My acceptance hinged on getting a first-class grade in all of my modules in the final year, including this dumb group assignment. So I had to get the group to work together because otherwise I was not going to get on my PhD program. So I came up with a plan and I set things in motion. When you're 21 and you're doing a final year engineering project on race cars, what would be the ultimate dream? To get funding from a real Formula One team. So I reached out to some of the teams that I knew and I asked if we could get some extra funding for a final year project. And to my surprise, one of them said yes. I couldn't wait to tell the others. Now, knowing that we weren't really showing up to group meetings, I thought no one would really show up for a meeting unless food was involved. So I organized a group dinner at the campus pub. And as expected, all of the guys showed up, but food was on the forefront of their thoughts. So I broke the news to them. Guys, we got extra funding from a Formula One team for our project and we've been invited on a tour of the factory. What? Suddenly everyone sat up straight. They leaned in. You said, what? That's right, guys. We're going to a real Formula One team's garage. They just couldn't believe it. And so when we got to the garage, the head of Aero informed us that he's happy not only to provide funding for the project, but he's also going to let us use their 3D printing machines. And he's even going to give us some of their code for us to use. Oh my God. This project suddenly grew to be so much more than just a final year assignment. This type of opportunity wasn't going to come along again, and it would be stupid to throw it away. We were all more than happy to work on this car in that cold, dingy little garage under the wind tunnel where you could hear the pitter-patter of rain on the metal roof. We were all really happy to apply ourselves to academic work because it improved our race car. The positivity towards the work seeped into our group cohesion too. And going beyond just the project, we all grew to actually enjoy each other's company. We became each other's cheerleaders. We went to Alex's football games, Arjun's rugby matches, John's concerts, even Marco's mixers. And James stopped interrupting class. I mean, he was never there. He was using the F1 code. I mean, that's better, right? We did all of our coursework together. And some of us even changed all of our electives to make sure we were working together. And what I learned from this process is that it takes time for groups to grow together. But more importantly, this process can be accelerated and truly great things can be accomplished if you all have the same focus, the same drive towards the collective goal, which in our case was to design a faster race car. That year, we made the campus news on 3 separate occasions because of the hard work we put into the project. And what started off as a dumb group assignment actually turned out to be a bonding experience. And 6 years later, I can say I still talk to these guys. And now when I hear that I'm working in a team, I think to myself, I love working with people.